IPXers, we're here at PCIM 2025 on the YAGEO booth. You have all used ceramic capacitors before. You're not an engineer if you haven't. They are reliable, compact, and usually at a great price point. But it's time to find out what YAGEO is doing to differentiate themselves. Let's talk first with Simon. Lovely to meet you, Simon.
Hey, nice to meet you, Elliot.
About the industries that their ceramic capacitors are being used in, and then we'll jump right into some new innovations in the field. Let's go. What industries are these being used in?
So the ceramic capacitors are used typically in all kinds of applications in different industries. The biggest one that we see right now is really going to be AI, computing and enterprise systems. That has a high demand for ceramic capacitors. And then we're also looking at a lot of the automotive industries. As vehicles get more electrified, more and more ceramic capacitors are actually being used in that type of application and in that particular industry. So those, I would say, are probably the strongest ones that we're working on.
Amazing. So AI is a huge buzzword at the moment. It's not just a buzzword, but it's a very popular topic. How specifically, or if I was talking to an engineer who was implementing a system that was using AI capabilities, how are they going to use your ceramic capacitors in that build?
Well, as you start seeing higher and higher switching frequencies in a lot of the applications, you'll see that traditional capacitors in resonant converters like film, they just aren't going to meet up to that task. So that's when we start switching to ceramic capacitors, because they are made to handle those high switching frequencies. And so that's really where we start seeing that switch to start considering more energy dense packaging and higher switching frequencies.
Yeah.
Higher switching frequencies means smaller components, and that's where our capacitors can actually be used in those areas.
Amazing. So here on IP Exchange, we're all about new and disruptive tech. So we want to find out what is new at the YAGEO booth. What is new in ceramic capacitors? I see you've got quite a few footprints here, quite a few different parts that are available. Let's talk about some innovations that YAGEO has got in ceramic capacitors.
Yeah, so one of the really cool options that we have right here is our KONNEKT Series. So with KONNEKT, that allows us to have leadless stack capacitors. So when you start leadlessly stacking multiple capacitors, that means you save board space because you can fit multiple parts in the same footprint that you would typically have. So that allows you to have 4 capacitors, higher capacitance availability, but you don't take up more board space. So that's one of the really cool options for that.
It's like building upwards, not outwards.
The what?
It's building upwards, not outwards.
Exactly, yeah. So you can have, instead of, you can easily see this here in this example. We have the KC Link board. This is an array. This is a 16 by 4 array, and it just kind of shows you how much board space is taken up if you have them all laid out on flat. And here, at the same size, we have the KONNEKT series, and so we have a 4 by 4 array. Same capacitance, same frequency, but it takes up about a fourth of the overall board space. So that's the huge benefit of using it this way.
Okay, great. So let's talk about designs. Footprints, 3D models, data sheets. Do you give it all to the engineers? How easy do you make it to get right in and start using your ceramic capacitors?
You know, that's actually funny that you mentioned this, because this is a really big point for us. E to the I is one of the main focuses for us. We try to make it easy for the designers to use our product. So we offer design tools. They are freely available on our website. You can see YSIM, which gives you a capacitor simulation tool that offers you to see different types of voltage bias effects, different frequency responses to how that capacitor is going to perform in your actual application before you buy the product and put it in your application. We also have the 3D drawings. We have step files. It's available to you. You have data sheets, we have spec sheets, and of course we have product managers and FAEs available that can help you in your design process to make sure that you use the latest and greatest technologies, and especially use the right technology for your application. So that's really what one of our biggest focuses is E to the I, easy to design in.
Awesome. That is just one of the product ranges that YAGEO has to display here at PCIM. Simon, thank you very much for your time.
Hey.